U is now investigating a fatal police-involved shooting in Mississauga last night. The victim has been identified as 62-year-old Ejaz Choudry. Peel police were called to the home in the area of Goreway and Morningstar Drives at around 5 p.m. yesterday. This is over reports of a person in crisis. They say Choudry had barricaded himself inside an apartment in the area, and officers had come to do a wellness check. Police believed he had access to weapons in the apartment. Officers were able to communicate with Choudry through the door of the apartment, but when he stopped responding, they entered the unit. There was an interaction between Choudry and police in which they deployed a conducted energy weapon and fired plastic projectiles at him. Police say the weapons had no effect, and an officer discharged a firearm. Choudry was later pronounced dead at the scene. And this afternoon, Choudry's family speaking out about his death. For more on this, let's bring in CP24's Beatrice Faisman. Beatrice.
Courtney, this family understandably devastated. They're grieving. Today is Father's Day, and this father of four, 62-year-old Ejaz Choudry, died here last night around 8:30 inside his residence in this apartment building. Their family members, they want answers. They don't understand how this situation escalated. I was here last night. I spoke to his two nephews. They tell CP24 that their uncle suffered from schizophrenia, that he was not taking his medication, and in their words, they told me he was suffering an episode. They pleaded with police, and this is according to the two nephews, to be allowed up with officers to try to talk to their uncle. They believe that had he heard their voice, been able to see them, talk to them, that perhaps they could have de-escalated the situation and it could have ended differently. They're calling now for more training for police when it comes to mental health crises, and family members right now are actually marching up the Goreway Drive at Dairy Road with signs. They're holding up traffic. They're furious and they want change. So here's more from an nephew, as well as someone from the Muslim Council that spoke to reporters here at this apartment building earlier this afternoon.
Because we felt that police, paramedics are there to help you, protect you, and serve you. But after yesterday's episode that happened with all the police officers, the ETF, everything that happened yesterday, it really shows you who's here to protect and serve you. There's no one.
Father of four, 62 years old, and he's physically frail. He should not be gunned down by the police who are meant to protect and to serve him. He represented no threat to anyone other than himself, and he was alone in his own apartment. And speaking to the family, it is clear that the police did very little to de-escalate this situation. We have no faith in an investigation that is conducted by the SIU.
I can tell you the probe by the SIU has now concluded for the day here on scene, but this will take certainly some time for the investigation to be completed. From what the SIU put this afternoon, they've identified one subject officer and 9 witness officers from Peel Regional Police. They've also completed a canvass of the area to try to locate evidence. The SIU says they've spoken to several witnesses and add that the SIU is now in possession of video footage. The SIU also adds they've collected a police-issued firearm, a taser, and an anti-riot weapon, as well as evidence associated with the use of force options. They recovered from the scene. I asked police yesterday what kind of weapons were involved. Yesterday, they told CP24 that the 911 call indicated that Choudry had weapons inside the residence. Police would not comment, saying because this is now a police investigation, they simply were not allowed to do so. But multiple family members tell CP24 that Choudry did have a knife in his possession. So we'll be here at the scene, Courtney, gathering information as the afternoon continues. But tensions are high, and this family wants answers. Back to you.
Okay, Beatrice Faisman.